Hello, everybody. What's up? How are you doing? I hope you're good. I hope you're well. I hope you've had a stellar... I forgot what word I was going to say. I hope you've had a stellar week since we last spoke. I'm going to be completely honest. I am very tired. Not to brag. I feel like, for some reason, saying that I'm tired is like me bragging, like, oh, I work so hard. It's like in a job interview when they're like, you know, what are your weaknesses? You're like, I work way too hard. I'm a perfectionist. I try too hard. It bothers me when things are wrong. I feel like that's kind of what I sound like, but that's fine. Listen, the sun is shining. It's actually not, is the problem. And here's the thing. I realize I make no sense. I think the most powerful thing you can do, other than get a Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell, is be honest about your shortcomings. I contradict myself constantly. I'll do it 98 times this episode. And the first time I'm doing it is going to be right now, because I was going to, in one breath, talk about how excited I was for fall and the colder weather and all the pumpkin snacks, which we'll get to. But then in the following breath, I was going to start complaining about how not sunny it was. So I'm kind of stumped. I don't know what I want. But that's okay. I think we will go forward. It is technically still... What is that? It is technically still... It's not even technically still August. It is definitely still August. I don't even think we're at the halfway mark. I think we're just about halfway through August. And in my head, I think summer's over. I'm officially calling it. Summer is over now. I'm glad we're all on the same page. It's actually kind of wild. I've seen a lot of like back to school stuff, and not just from like commercials and stuff, because those start honestly end of July. But I feel like a lot of people are like, I'm back at school. Well, not a lot of people, but it's okay. I'm just gonna be real. My YouTube shorts, I'm seeing a lot of like, make my kids school lunch for me with me on the first day. You know, those types of videos. So I guess the kids are back at school. Not where I am, but I also think that they're, like, I guess different places, different districts do different things. So we are starting back to school season, which is kind of funny. And I think I've talked about this before, but like my least favorite day of the year for the first 18 years of my life was Labor Day. It was the worst day ever. It was the day before your freedom got taken away. It was the day before you had to go back to being in a building for, what is it? It's not 40 hours a week. School's like what? How long is a school day? Like 8 to 3, maybe? Like around 7 hours a day, 7 times 5, 35 hours a week where you're just stuck there. Like it was not what I wanted to be doing. And I didn't even hate school, but it's like once you got a taste of summer, of you can do whatever you want, like for the most part, and then you had to go back, it was awful. It's terrible. And my heart goes out to all the kids that have to do that now. But now Labor Day is like my favorite day, because it's the day where you can start wearing hoodies and people don't look at you funny. Now, sometimes, I remember a couple years ago, I think I had started the podcast at that point, so I'm sure I heavily complained about it if you look back at fall 2022 episodes. But there was an October a couple years ago that was warmer than August of that year. So I was really mad because I wasn't really able to wear my full tracksuits and hoodies. I don't have a tracksuit. My version of a tracksuit is 2 articles of clothing from Costco, different brands, but like were on sale. So like a hoodie that was on sale, and then sweatpants that were on sale. One's Puma, maybe one's Nike. Like they don't match, but to me it's like my Costco sweatsuit. I get about one a year. I also, again, not to brag, but I do have a couple different versions of the Costco brand, like Kirkland brand sweaters and sweatpants. I have to dig those up again, because those are It's like bringing out the fine china when the company comes over. I have to find my the good sweatpants. But anyway, all of that to say, it is a little bit cold, but I'm getting excited. I'm getting ready for fall. The pumpkins are coming. I think I was talking about this last week. I have to say, normally by this point in the year, I've usually bought my first thing of candy corn. I usually do that, honestly, if Walmart's offering it end of July. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled. But I love candy corn. And I think that it should be available year-round. I know that they've started to make it, they've started to dye, as opposed to orange and yellow food dye. They use green and red food dye. And I guess white food dye, too. To do like Christmas candy corn. I think they call it reindeer corn. I don't know if that was just the store that I was at called the reindeer corn, or if that is the like scientific name. But so yeah, they've been able to stretch it until the new year. So about now until the end of the year, candy corn is available. But I say January candy corn, February candy corn. Not to get crazy, but March, April, May, June, July, August, July candy corn. That sounds good too. Those are the least best months of the year. Once New Year's happens, truthfully and honestly, if I had my way, which if you can't tell by the amount of complaining I do on this podcast, I don't have my way. But if I had my way, January 1st rolls around, wake me up in May. Okay, maybe wake me up like definitely keep me sleeping till April, and then sort of dependent on what's happening, like if there's something cool, if maybe like Wendy's has a interesting frosty flavor that month, then maybe wake me up. But under no circumstances do I want to participate in Q1 in any form. It's like boring. Nothing's happened. You've just come off of the best time of year, which is really like September to the end of the year. All the Burr months, September, October, November, December, they're the best. They're the best. You can eat candy corn. You can drink pumpkin spice lattes. Everything's pumpkin flavored until everything is gingerbread flavored, and those are my two favorite flavor profiles. And they kind of taste similar, which makes no sense because molasses and pumpkins. Well, I guess if something's pumpkin spice flavored, is it supposed to taste like pumpkin or spice? I'm going to Google that. Is pumpkin spice flavor taste like pumpkin? That's not correct grammar. I do have an English degree, not to brag. Okay. This is from CNN. If what gets you going every fall is the taste of pumpkin spice, it's not the actual pumpkin you're craving. It's the spice blend, amped up with sugar, that flavors lattes, cereals, Twinkies, and more. Okay. So I guess it is more spice forward, which is probably similar spices that they use to taste gingerbread, or to season gingerbread, which is why I get those two confused. I'm okay. I can live with this. Regardless, I hope everyone has had a great week. And what I really wanted to do this episode was take a moment to sort of, in celebration of the fall theme, just kind of go through. It's not an exhaustive list, but a current list of all of the pumpkin foods that I would like to try in the coming months. I realized the last couple years it sort of slipped me by, and I realized I didn't get to try, pumpkin spice frosted flakes. I wanted to, but I was never able to do so. So I'm just going to kind of go through, I'm going to Google like pumpkin spice flavored things and go through, and we're just going to do like a yay or nay, and I'm going to be really honest. Let's see, flavored products 2024. Let's see if there's any new. Okay. I literally Googled pumpkin spice flavored things. The first two things that popped up, which are seemingly available, are one, IHOP pumpkin spice pancakes. I had these last year. They were delicious. Something about the puree, the pumpkin puree, not only added the flavor that I was looking for, but it also added the kind of texture. Do you know how people put applesauce in cookies because they want to put less sugar? I actually don't care about the less sugar part. I'll put applesauce in cookies because it makes them like... Is chewier the word? I don't know. But it's good. So just so everyone knows, September 1st, pumpkin spice is returning to IHOP. I highly recommend it. Next, Krispy Kreme. Now, me and Krispy Kreme, famously, in my mind, have not beef, but like we've had words over their pumpkin spice lineup because according to here, August 12th, so it's out, people. Starting Monday, they have their pumpkin spice cake donut and their pumpkin spice latte. Now, I want to say 2 years ago, they did this thing where all of their pumpkin spice donuts came out, I think, at the end of July. And it was, let me see if I can remember. It was a pumpkin spice cake donut. It was a pumpkin spice glazed donut. It was a pumpkin spice cheesecake donut. And then a pecan, like maple pecan something or other. Pecan, you know what I mean. I loved all of the donuts. Maybe one was like a filled one. Oh, no, that was a cheesecake one. Anyway, they were all great. Highly recommend them all. My issue with it was they came out in July, which I'm all about early, it's like starting early, but then they were over by the end of August. Like, they were just gone. I went there one day in September to get my pumpkin spice cheesecake donut, and they're like, no, we don't have that anymore. And I just thought, like, that wasn't the point. You know, the point of starting early is to prolong the amount of months that I can go to Krispy Kreme and get a pumpkin spice flavored treat. But to cut it off before I can even start wearing a scarf, who is that helping? I just realized I am sitting here in a plaid shirt. So I've got the whole theme nailed down. That's probably why I felt compelled to talk about such a topic. But okay, what else do we have this year? Come on, people. You know what I really loved? Everyone should try this. Trader Joe's pumpkin yogurt. And then there's other brands, like you can do other brands pumpkin yogurt. I don't know if the Trader Joe's ones, if they call it pumpkin spice or just pumpkin, it is perfection. It's the best yogurt. Trader Joe's yogurt in general is great, like all of their different flavors. They have like a passion fruit guava one that's great. The vanilla bean is amazing, but specifically the pumpkin one, if you find yourself in a Trader Joe's and you see it, buy all of them. Unless it's the Trader Joe's that I go to, then preferably buy none of them so that there's more for me. And they're cheap too. They're only, well, it's probably like $1 for like a little thing of yogurt. It's actually probably not that cheap. I'm just sort of getting to the point of realizing, like, just because something is less than $1, like, that doesn't mean it's cheap if it's like only one thing. You know what I mean? Like, you could probably a few years ago get a pack of yogurt, like a 6-pack of yogurt for $2. But now it's like one yogurt is 99 cents, and I'm freaking out, going, this is such a steal, when really, not so much. Okay, I am on a website. This is etonline.com, and the article is called Pumpkin Spice Season is Coming. Celebrate with 25 must-try products this fall. So I think let's just go down the list and rank all of these. And by rank, I mean, I'm not going to actually rank it because that seems like a lot of math and numbers, but I'm just going to give my thoughts, opinions. Do I want to try it? Have I tried it? You know. Pepperidge Milano Cookies Pumpkin Spice. I have not tried these. These are not as widely available where I am, but I have tried a Milano before. I would love to try pumpkin spice. I can't imagine that they're bad. Pumpkin says protein powder. Nope. I have a few different brands of pumpkin spice Keurig pods. I don't know if I talked about this. That I bought in early to mid July, and I've been drinking those for about a month now. Highly recommend. I have the Dunkin' Donut ones. They're good. What else here? Okay, no offense. This list is like a lot of stuff that I don't care about. Obviously, classic pumpkin spice syrup. I have to order that. I should probably do that soon. Okay, it's turned into like makeup for some reason. Okay, no offense, etonline.com, but this is not what I was looking for. Okay, here we go. This website is called, funnily enough, my nickname in high school. It was called scarymommy.com, and I think this is more so what I'm looking for. Okay, pumpkin spice yogurt. We've talked about it. Everyone try it. What else? Okay, these are good. Werther's pumpkin spiced caramels. Definitely go out and try those. I think I bought a bag last year for like $9 for like 10 caramels. But listen, we're sparing no expense. When in Rome. What else is good on here? Pumpkin spice hot chocolate. Everyone grab that. Ooh, Target has pumpkin spice or pumpkin pie granola. That's amazing. I've really had a renaissance with granola in the past few years. Because, like, it's the best food. Honestly, I as I was talking about, I love yogurt. I love to sprinkle some granola on yogurt. But I actually think I like eating granola as cereal better, with like a little bit of fruit and then maybe some cinnamon. So like if you get the pumpkin pie, I don't know if it's out yet, but if you get the Target pumpkin pie granola, or I'm sure other pumpkin flavored granola will work. A little bit of milk, not as much as you would put in a bowl of Fruit Loops, but like just enough so that it can get a little soft. And then cut up some like mangoes or peaches. I realized like pumpkin granola is not in season the same time as mangoes and peaches, but like listen, it can't be perfect. Apples will do, but no, I feel like it has to be like, can you get a plum? Like whatever you can find. Cut that up, a little bit of cinnamon. If you want a little bit of honey, I don't think you necessarily need it. Mix that up, let the granola get a little bit soft, and you're good to go. Okay. Pumpkin spice frosted flakes. I did not try these. I remember standing in a grocery store and being like, am I really going to spend $6 on a box of pumpkin spice? Whatever this is called. And I think this was in February, so I knew like time's coming up. Like I'm like, it's now or never. And I'm sad to say I chose never, but knowing that it's coming back, I feel a lot better, and maybe we'll invest this year. The problem with cereal is it's like a huge box. Like, can I not have like a little sample serving size of cereal? Alrighty. Pumpkin spice oatmeal. I love oatmeal. I love porridge. I don't know if there's a difference between the two, but love that. Okay, and we've come to the end of that list. None of these lists are as long as I'd want them to be. Oh, obviously, the pumpkin spice latte. How could I forget? Although, I don't know. I can't think of a time last year where I had the pumpkin spice latte proper. I definitely have, I'll get, my regular coffee with, a pump or two of pumpkin, or, a pumpkin cold foam on top of a couple shots of espresso. That's really good. I would recommend that. But this year, I'm really going to try and get the actual pumpkin spice latte. Although it really does just taste like melted ice cream sometimes. So maybe I need to look into sort of an adjustment recipe. Or just lean into the season. Part of why I love pumpkin flavored things is they're often paired with cream cheese, which is probably top 3 favorite food groups of mine. Like a pumpkin muffin with cream cheese, or a pumpkin loaf with a cream cheese icing, cream cheese frosting. You can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. A lot of things you can go wrong with. You can't really mess up a pumpkin muffin. Well, I guess you can. I feel like it can sometimes get a bit rubbery for whatever reason, but if you do it right, you're good to go. Let's see, what else? I feel like I haven't scratched the surface. Okay, obviously there's a lot of pumpkin spice. I went on my like Instagram thing, and then do you know when you just click the search button and you see all the pictures? It's all like orange pumpkin stuff. Oh, this one I'm really excited about. Apparently pumpkin spice Pop-Tarts or pumpkin pie Pop-Tarts. I'm very confused at the difference between something being pumpkin pie flavored and pumpkin spice flavored. I feel like in practice they're the same thing, but people love to be fancy and different. So, whatever works for you, don't let me stop you. I'm just a little, okay, new rule. If you're going to be pumpkin spice flavored, oh, is that the difference? Is pumpkin spice, it tastes like the spice, and then pumpkin pie tastes like pumpkin? Because if you're calling yourself pumpkin pie, I also want to taste some, like, flaky crust. Maybe, like, some butter from, like, the whole pie experience. Where if it's just the pumpkin spice, we'll just get, like, cinnamon and cloves. And, like, ginger or whatever else is in there. But the one I'm really excited about is pumpkin spice Pop-Tarts. I love a Pop-Tart. I love pumpkin spice. Putting the two together, you can't go wrong. Also, I know we talked about crumble cookies a few weeks ago. They better be coming out with a pumpkin pie cookie, maybe like a pumpkin bread. Because, they love to, they as of recently, love to not just do cookies. There'll be like a random cake in the mix. Anyone that doesn't know, crumble cookies is a bakery is a strong word, but it's a cookie shop where the menu will change every week. It kind of rotates between the different flavors. I am expecting some fall flavors. Maybe we can get like an apple tart involved. I love apples as well. Actually, if you want to get the pumpkin yogurt from, again, Trader Joe's, but really anywhere, chop up an apple, a little bit of butter over a pan, melt the butter, put in the apples, cook them just a little bit. Like they can still be crispy. They don't have to be like mushy. A little bit of cinnamon or pumpkin spice, whatever you have. Throw that over your yogurt. You could, if you wanted just a bit of crunch, you could add a little bit of granola, but you'll also be getting some crunch from the apple. You'll be good to go. Something that there really is a gap in the market for when it comes to pumpkin spice is pumpkin spice ice cream. Pumpkin spice cream. I don't know that I've had pumpkin ice cream. I feel like that's got to not be true. But where is it? Pumpkin cheesecake. I would need to get my hands on some pumpkin cheesecake this season. Looking forward to that. Also, pumpkin spice Oreos. I've heard about them for a few years. I've never been able to find them. So I think we should do a quick moment of silence now, hoping that I can find them. Okay, ready? Perfect. I think that'll work. Oh, if you want to be more healthy, pumpkin spice protein bars. I bought a huge Costco pack of I think it was pumpkin pie perfect bars, which are the protein bars that you have to keep in the fridge and pretty much taste like cookie dough. I feel like anytime those like protein companies are like, this, it tastes like cake, like, no, it doesn't, perfect bars, they get pretty close. So we can add those to the mix. What else are we looking for? Oh, obviously, pumpkin spice blizzard. I would like to do a quick last-minute plea. Because, listen, my last-minute pleas have worked before for different food chains and fast food restaurants to bring back certain items. They've worked before, so hopefully it works again. Dairy Queen, I would really, really, really appreciate it. And I'd be your best friend if you brought back the pecan pie blizzard. I feel like I've heard rumblings that it's not going to happen. I'm choosing to stay positive because that's really all you can do in a situation like this, such as this. What else is good? Oh, I've said the term pumpkin pie probably 45 times, but I haven't discussed actual pumpkin pie. I feel like pumpkin pie can get away, and I don't want to be controversial, but it can kind of get away with being lazy. Like, it has its place at the Thanksgiving table and the Christmas table, but I feel like it's not doing anything to stay there, you know? Like, it's not trying. I feel like it's gotten boring and, like, a bit lazy. Like, it's definitely not the best pumpkin flavored thing, but it doesn't even need to be that good because people will just automatically buy the gigantic pumpkin pie from Costco for at least 2 meals a year. And I just don't agree with that mindset. I think we should be making pumpkin pie work a little harder. Maybe we could elevate it a bit, do like a pumpkin spice, maybe cheesecake or a pumpkin pie. I don't know. I just feel like there's better fall desserts. Like, I don't know why we decided like we need to have a pumpkin pie at these holiday meals. And I said it. And I enjoy pumpkin pie. I like pumpkin pie with a little ice cream, a little whipped cream. You're good. For some reason, it always has that like gelatin like film on the top, which reminds me of actually can't think of anything that it reminds me of, but it just reminds me of like being of grossness. But I don't mind it. Obviously, I love a pie. I love pie crust. But I just feel like there are better things. So pumpkin pie, if you're listening and you want to keep your spot at the dessert table for the holiday season, like I would do better. Change something up, you know? Sweet potato casserole's waiting in the wings, waiting to replace you. Honestly, I think I would rather have a fruitcake, which people hate for some reason. I'm realizing very slowly, actually maybe this will be a theme for the next episode of like things that I like that people don't like, because I kind of always saw myself as not a picky eater, but like not too adventurous, but every once in a while I'll be eating something and people are like, "You eat that?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, just to kind of give you an idea, I think I talked about my love for dates in an episode a few weeks ago. And, like, dates are delicious. Like, what's not to like? Like, anything like that where, like, I love it. Like, fruitcake, like Christmas fruitcake. People are like, "That is gross." I'm like, is it gross? Like, there's a couple things that I like that I know are gross. And, like, that's okay. But, like, for me to have no idea that, like, people hate these things. And I'm just, like, sitting there like it's delicious. Like, that is kind of wild, but I guess to each their own. So stay tuned for that episode. I'm also excited for the little pumpkin shaped Reese's peanut butter cups, but pumpkin. Those are great because the ratio is a lot better in those. I think sometimes the ratio of a peanut butter cup, like, it could just use a little bit more, either a little bit more peanut butter or a little bit more chocolate, but the pumpkin, it gets it perfect. So very much looking forward to that. Now I'm just really hungry. I should probably go eat something. Hopefully pumpkin spice flavored. But thank you for bearing with me this episode as I truly over anticipate. That's not a term. As I really jump the gun on pumpkin season, because I declared it August 15th. I think when you're listening to this, when you're listening to this, it's even going to be, no, it'll be the 15th when you're listening to this. So fall has started. Happy fall. I knew we could do it. If you like what you're hearing, please go to podcastnobodyaskforthis.podbean.com. On there, you can find links to all of the episodes. You can listen to the episodes straight on there. Links to our, it's just me. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Listen, we do have some social media accounts. Our social media team really hasn't been doing much this year. They weren't fully fired, because I can't really fire myself. It would have been such an awkward conversation, but it's just not really. It hasn't really been happening. But I'll maybe make that a priority for 2025. I think it'll be a wash for 24, but fingers crossed for 2025. I'm really looking forward to the fall. I'm going to try and do some nice fall themed episodes. Maybe we can do some Halloween movie reviews. Again, I'll keep you updated on all the fall food I'm eating. I think that will from now on become a recurring segment until further notice. I can give you all the reviews. I'll let you know if I committed to the pumpkin spice frosted flakes. and all that good stuff. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a great week. I hope the weather where you are is how you want it to be. If you want it to be fall already, like I've declared, I hope it's cold. But if you're still kind of holding on to summer, which very much still exists. Because that's the thing with summer. August is summer, technically. But see, now I'm going back to contradicting myself. I'm going to go before I make less sense. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Thank you for listening. Bye.